Hello and welcome back to another OMNIHEROES video. In this video we're just going to go through the second half of the new chapters of Lost City. As you can see, we've still got a long way to go. So let's just first see where other people are up to. Looks like stage 302 is the highest so far in my particular server. So let's see if we can go ahead and get to the end of this. So we're looking to build a Glorians team. Now you can do this a couple of different ways. The standard would be having these two, Nawi and Lily and Leah. These two work as an excellent pair together, and the reason for that is because Lily and Leah increase the number of attack stacks that you can have, I believe, with their passive skill. So let's just have a look at that. Lily and Leah increase the limit of attack boost stacks by 10, so it goes up to 15, and defense reduction stacks by 10. The way that you are supposed to play Lily and Leah to build around that passive is to have these two, Talinas and Gwyn. So Talinas on her, when you get her up to 6 stars, when an ally is attacked, Talinas applies 1 stack of defense reduction on all enemies, and Gwyn here, in case you don't know, he does the same thing but with attack boost on all allies as well. So we'll go with this setup, and then we will pop in, let's see, we do need a third monarch, and you can go with Audrey or you can go with Lee in this one. So Audrey or Lee, depending on which one, or if worst comes to worst, you could always put Marina in there. She works very well as you get the Verdian synergy, as well as the Glorian synergy, but I think for this particular setup we're going to go with Lee, and I think we'll take out Gwyn and we will put in Audrey instead. Now with regards to relics, this lantern, really good, really powerful relic, along with the Lear as well, and Hand of Tyr. This is a standard Glorians relic setup, but we're not going to go for that. We're going to go with Spear, we will go with Shield, and we will go with Hand of Tyr. The other relic setup with Lantern and Lear would be absolutely fine and work very well. I think we can keep Nawi in here, or potentially replace her with Wu as well. If you are lucky enough to have pulled Cleo, you can pop Cleo in here, and you'd still get the 4 Glorians, except this would be 5 Monarchs if you do have Wu up to, if you have Cleo up to 8 stars. But we don't, but we'll go with this. Seems perfectly fine for us. We've got the 2 Verdians, so I've got Lily and Leah's exclusive runes, which means that she will apply defense every time a Verdian synergy is activated. So here we apply defense primarily because of Lily and Leah. I really enjoy those runes. It just gives the additional defense to weaker teams as well. It looks like we should be absolutely fine. Lee here, I've got his half red runes, which means he builds up 10% attack, 10% defense, up to a maximum of 1,000 every time he's attacked. So it's a good job there are 2 enemy Sylvians on the field. We have also applied Hindrance. Now Hindrance is a very powerful ability, especially in PvP. You get that by having the exclusive unique effect for Audrey, or for Talinas, or for Wu. The runes that you get, fantastic. And it looks like we've got the damage reduction activated as well. So yeah, doing plenty of damage and taking basically no damage as well. And we get the second shield activation. The way that Audrey works is when shield is applied to her, she will apply it to the rest of the team as well, or at least 25% of the shield, I believe, gets applied to the rest of the team. So really powerful, and just released in the shop as well. So there we go. That's all 3 stars for that level. Let's jump on. Hey, challenge Lost City one time. That's fresh. That's new. So we do have Celestials or Deviants, so let's have a bit of fun with this, shall we? And let's go into our Celestials and Deviants. I think we can either go full Celestials or full Deviants, and you can do a mix of the two. So say, for example, if you're going to do Talanas and Audrey, and then you were also to include Gwyn, that would work as well. So plenty of options to go for. What I would suggest is getting a team together, or at least choosing Celestials and Deviants from the same team. So, for example, you could go 1, 2, 3, and you would have a Dooms team here with Celestials and Deviants. You could also do the same for your Mistfires as well. You just go through the list, not this list, but you would just go through the list here and pick your 3 Celestials and 3 Deviants in there. You do want them all to work together very well, so let's go ahead and choose 3 Celestials and Deviants, and why not? Let's go with a Dooms team, and we will do this, and then we'll pop in... yeah, that's fine. Put these 2 here, leave Helios on the front row. This seems absolutely fine. If we lose, we lose. If we win, we win. Absolutely fantastic either way. So let's pop in... no, let's pop in you. Let's pop in you. And let's pop in you as well. This is a pretty standard relic lineup for the Dooms. I've never really favoured... Leviathan as a good Dooms relic. The other one I use in the PvP setup for Dooms, just because the other relics are all in use. But for this one, I think we should be absolutely fine. Let's jump in. We do have our 2 Celestials here. We have 3 Celestials here, 1 Deviant. We could have added in instead of... so instead of Athena, we could have added in Lamia to get the Holy Shield protection as well. Fortunately, we've got the Silence here, so we'll take that. And as well, I do have Helios's exclusive runes as well, which just means that... so his exclusive runes, whenever he deals Reflect, he has a chance to stun enemies. Flipping heck. She does massive damage. To be fair, they all do massive damage. It is what it is. Yeah, just mental. And even Ophelia getting in there with 150 million. It's not bad. It's not bad. So yeah, that seemed easy enough. 5 survivors, Celestials and Deviants. Another way that you can go ahead and play this is if, say for example, you choose Mistfires. What you can do is you can... prioritize stage clear, but you build your team, your Mistfires team, you would click save, and then you'd go ahead and start, and it would run through. It would keep going until you got up to 24 stars, and then it would move on to the next one as well. So just many ways of running it. I can't really show you because I just want to go through every stage, but it is a way to do it as well. So you just build the 1 team, you run through, you build your 2nd team, you run through again, build your 3rd team, run through again, etc. And you keep going as far as you possibly can with those teams, and it will get you a lot of stars very quickly. Now, let's go ahead and build an Avengers team. You can run something like this. This is perfectly acceptable Avengers team. You would have Mavis, Persephone, and Alcdena on the back, and you would have Selene and Solomon in the front. The relics that you can use for this would be, as you can see, Hand of Tyr. Again, I'm going to say this over and over again. This is probably the best starting relic that you can possibly go for. You can just use it in the majority of your builds and it will work absolutely fine. But this is a perfectly acceptable team setup. We're not going to go for this one. We're going to go for a slightly different team. We'll keep Mavis in, take out Persephone, and we'll pop in these 3. Now, we do have the Monarch synergy between Aphrodite and Mavis, and we can also take out Selene for this one, and we could pop in, say, Persephone, or Nerissa if you do have a copy of Nerissa. Then you would get the 3 Phantoms, 2 Monarchs, 4 Royals, and 5 Avengers for this team. And if you were to go with Persephone, you would still get the 3 Phantoms. You would just lose out on the 4 Royals bit as well. If you do have Cleo up to 8 stars, you can get the 3 Celestials, and you would have either 2 Monarchs or 2 Phantoms. I think the way that it prioritizes it for Cleo is Monarchs are last, so really quite annoying sometimes. The way that they've set it up, so Monarchs will always be last. But if you don't have, say you take out Althea and you were to pop in Sal, or you were to pop in Albert in this situation, so Albert, you would get the three Monarchs for that team. If you don't have that, then Lachesis is always a very valuable option, specifically because she will remove any buffs that the enemies have as well. But I'm going to go for this setup just because I do have it. So we will go with Spear. We will go with, you can go with Blades of Chaos, or you can go with the Sphere. In this case, I'm going to go with Sphere. I've found that with Blades of Chaos, Avengers actually get a bit worse. And the reason for that is because they don't die. You will cast the Blades of Chaos a couple of times, and you'll gain those stacks of Holy Shield. The problem is that you want your Avengers to be hit, and you want them to lose life, and you want them to die. So that they can be revived and build up their attack as well. So that's just something to keep in mind. Also, on this one, you've got to keep in mind any buffs that you get in round 1 will be removed by that effect here. So you can see Sal lost a lot of attack in this particular setup, and the reason for that, again, is because of Lachesis, and when she does her ultimate, she does remove buffs as well. So we have Stolen Corolla, that's the Phantom Illusion effect of Aphrodite. So whenever Aphrodite does cast her Phantom Illusion effect, you will... Ooh. Why? Oh, Jana will come back in a sec. Yeah, there we go. Jana's back. I wondered why. But yeah, so we'll... I think it's... I think this is a good team setup altogether, and I think one that you can run very easily. So as you can see, not having too much damage done to us, but we're also not doing too much damage. It's really Sal is the powerhouse of this team. You do want to heal with Sal as much as possible. Like, for example, now we've just healed that much damage, and he will gain 20% of that in attack, and that is unlimited. So no matter how much health you lose, as long as Sal doesn't die, then he'll keep building that attack up. Oh, we get Corolla trigger as well. That's not bad. But now Corolla is back over, and we lose all of our buffs, unfortunately. It is what it is. We're just waiting for this stranger here to die, and then we can take it from there. The reason that Aphrodite is building up her attack in those increments of 1,000 attack, not bad, Sal, is because every time a debuff is removed, or every time she ultimates, she removes debuffs as well. So whenever the Phantom Illusion effect is applied, and she will build up attack whenever she casts her ultimate once she removes any debuffs. So as you can see here, we removed a number of debuffs from Aphrodite, and as a result, we gained that attack stacking as well. And I don't think that attack stacking can be removed. So yeah, very, very potent ability indeed, especially on just on the ultimate. That's absolutely fantastic. So Sal to do the most, of course. I do have him at full red runes as well, so something to keep in mind. I have prioritized Sal's runes over the course of the game, and been able to get him up to red. Now we're up to Celestials and Deviants. I think this is perfectly acceptable to have these in here. So let's jump in and battle, and we'll just see whether or not we can go ahead and beat it. Now I think this is the Celestial and Deviant stage where we need more than... we need 5 survivors with 60% HP or above. Or we need to be in under 6 rounds. If we need to beat it in under 6 rounds, I'm going to change the team slightly, and I'll show you why. It's a very powerful team that I'll show you in the next setup. So there we go. Stranger down absolutely works well for us. We want that stranger down as much as possible. Take out Elune. Elune is probably one of the biggest problems for us on the enemy team. And the reason for that is because she will target the unit with the lowest defense, and she will mark them, reducing defense even further. So a very powerful effect, single target damage, and works out very well if she goes before, say, these two Corollas, who will do massive amounts of damage to that unit as well. So Holy Shield off Sal. What we want is for Sal to take as much damage as possible. Maybe not die, Sal. That would be great, thank you. But he will technically heal all of this health back up. So again, dare to get... Oh, what a pain. Those Corollas doing massive amounts of damage there. But fortunately, Aphrodite to take out the back row, and now she'll start taking out the front row. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, what a clutch unit. There we go. So Althea back, I think technically we'll have lost this one. And the reason that we'll have lost this one is because we don't have 5 survivors. However, let's have a look. We technically did have 5 survivors. The reason that we had 5 survivors is because Janna took an action and she summoned a stranger before the round was over. Because Sal's slot was filled by a unit, can be any unit. You can get the win that way as well. So sneaky Janna tech for these stages. If you pop Janna into any of those stages you're having trouble with, where it says 5 survivors with 60% HP or more, then it's more than likely that Janna will fill those slots when she takes action. And then when she takes action, it's more than likely she'll kill a lot of the enemies here. So can be very powerful indeed. So let's build a Dooms team. I think we'll go with the previous Dooms team, although you can run something like this. So Halissa and Merlin work very well together. Cleo again, you can get the 3 Monarchs on the Dooms team if you have Cleo at 8 stars, but we won't use Cleo. I'm going to use Doris because I do have her half red runes. We'll use Athena, and we'll just see how well this team does with regards to winning effectively. So let's pop in. So we've got the 2 that work alongside Halissa, and we'll also pop in. We'll pop in Ophelia as well. Ophelia, very good, very good unit. You know, she works very well with. Let's pop you in. Let's see if we can do it with these relics. So if we go like this, because the scales are the most common Dooms relic that you can get or that you can pick up from the rebates, and let's just see whether or not this works. So we do have our Verdian synergy running. Oh no, sorry, we don't have a Verdian synergy running through. We don't have very many synergies running through this at all, but as you can see, doing massive reflect damage here, and that is thanks to Doris. Now, whenever an enemy attacks, they will receive that much damage because of Doris and because she's got her runes. Unfortunately, a miss there. Technically a miss. I think they just didn't hit. It's a bit weird how that works. Now, we do get the stun effect. No kill there, unfortunately. But our health is high enough so that we can start to tank a lot of these hits. So as you can see, taking a lot of hits. And Katrina taking damage even before she does her attack here. Absolutely fine that we lost a unit. We don't need to. We just need to finish it in under 6 rounds. And there we go. So, yeah, Athena doing the most. Merlin and Doris. Halissa not doing very much at all. But it's the reflect damage that is putting in the work there as well. So, Athena doing massive damage. Again, that is effectively close to a free-to-play team as you can possibly get. Maybe minus Ophelia. Instead of Ophelia, you could run Ayushta. You could run Halios, even Sylvian. I guess you would have the 3 Verdiant synergy there as well, so you do a lot of attacks at the beginning, and every time Merlin takes action, he builds up reflect rate as well, so just increasing that reflect rate as much as possible. But many different ways to build the Dooms team, but that is, again, it's a very powerful way of doing it. Plus, we used our free-to-play relics as well, so yeah, it is what it is. Now, this is my favourite synergy in the entire game, the Striker synergy. I've always loved Striker synergy, and I've always favoured it over every other synergy. That being said, I still think that the Monarch synergy is the best synergy as well. So, yeah, for me, it is what it is. But let's go with 5 Monarchs here. Sorry, 5 Monarchs. I've got Monarchs on the brain. Let's go with 5 Strikers here. So let's pop in Atrops, of course. We will pop in Catherine. We'll pop in Mulan. And we will go with Nawi. In fact, no, we're going to go with Sal. And then we need one more, Serafina. This is for me, this is a very powerful team. I don't think it's going to get the 5 survivors with 60% HP, just because it's a glass cannon, this build, so it's going to do a lot of damage very quickly, but it will also die very quickly as well, and that's where the relics will come in. But in case you don't have these units, you can go with effectively a kind of a free-to-play Strikers team, something along these lines, with Solomon, Atrops, and Celine. So you could go effectively this and then some more Avengers. So you could put in Persephone, and you could put in, I don't know, I guess Dina, because she's the most common. This is a perfectly acceptable Strikers team. You have Atrops, Celine, and Solomon all in one team, all providing the Strikers synergy, and Celine will do the majority of the damage. But you want as much survival as you possibly can on the team as well. So let's go ahead and go back to our Strikers. Let's build our team up again. And we'll do it something like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop Serafina in front, Sal and Catherine on the back to get the burn damage effect. And what we're going to do, pop in you, we will pop in Blades of Chaos, and we'll pop in Hand of Tyr as well. Get our Avengers relics going. And it's more along the lines of protection. We'll see whether or not we win. But it's more along the lines of protection. Because we want our team to be above 60% HP with 5 survivors left. But this is going to get quite silly, this damage. Again, you can run Cleo over Atrops in this spot if you have her up to 8 stars. So it is what it is, you know. I don't have her, and she's not coming out anytime soon. So that's the burn effect kicking in as well. Now we don't have Astrid on the team, so we won't get a double super, but hopefully we should be doing enough damage here. Yeah, so we're doing half damage, or yeah, a fair amount of damage to Helds, and then Sal to apply that. Yeah, okay, all right, show off. But yeah, so that's it. Sal, he is, again, I can't stress this enough, he is a fantastic unit for PvE content. But he's alright in PvP. You know, as long as you can get him built up, he starts to put the work in. But again, it's, you know, it is what it is. So let's go ahead and claim our juicy rewards for this stage. And then that's it. I think I'm going to leave it there. I will catch you guys in the next one. If you can, like and subscribe. Be really appreciated trying to get that 1,000 subscriber mark. So if you can go ahead and subscribe, yeah, would be really appreciated. And you have a fantastic day.